Ask yourself if you are old enough to remember the saying, "Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?" And if so, you may be wondering, why has it now changed to, "Why buy the cow if you have to pay for the milk?" Well, I'm going to answer that question for you right here, right now. So let's get started. Now, I heard this very question recently on another podcast with another content creator, Dr. Orion Taraban, and it's a very interesting concept. Many things have changed since the advent of Facebook, and online dating has changed drastically where we meet people. But it used to be that we would meet somebody and we would develop a relationship and then we would offer the commitment. Because here in America, generally speaking, it used to be that you had to have commitment before you were able to access anything physical. Let me give you an example. I don't know where you like to shop for bulk items, but I prefer Costco. And many of you know that there's always free samples all over the store. And the idea is to give the customer something for free so that if they like it, they would then go ahead and make a purchase. This is why the people that are giving you the samples are constantly telling you what you probably think is nonsense about the product and how great it is. Now imagine for a minute that you're getting this little free sample and all of a sudden the nice lady that gives it to you says, "That'll be $5 to try that sample." Be honest, what would you do at that point knowing that there are free samples everywhere? Why would you pay $5 to try what should be a free sample? Because in our economy, we like to try things before we buy them. And this is why for most people recently, it is completely flipped. The vast majority of relationships now are not the kind where you have to give the commitment first, but instead it has progressed to be a situation where the physical activity comes first, and then there may or may not be a commitment afterwards. So the script has completely flipped. I remember when my daughters were growing up and we gave them iPhones, and I remember back then when we would get the bill, it would be atrocious because they would go over what was allotted for the texts. Remember we used to have to pay for texts? And you would open up your phone bill and go, "What in the world has happened here? This costs so much money." But now texting is free. And if anyone were to charge for it, no one would use their service because everybody else who provides that service is giving it away for free. This is why it's very rare now to find anyone that doesn't give unlimited texting. Now, this is the exact same principle with relationships. Unlike having to prove yourself or provide a commitment or be committed to one person, which is the way it used to be, now primarily people are sampling all over the place because if you want to charge for your sample, i.e. ask for commitment first, people will generally just go where the samples are free. And I also agree with Dr. Taraban when he was saying that regardless of whether or not this is the right way or whether it's good or bad, it's irrelevant because this is simply the way that it is. Now, unfortunately, this is not something where we just roll back the clock and we go back to the way it was. That will likely never happen again. So all we can do is move forward. So when you ask yourself why the message has changed from "Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free" to "Why do I have to buy the cow now when I even have to pay for the milk?" I think you know the answer. And if you guys are still here, do me a favor, click on one of these other videos. I will be back very soon in the next one. See you then.